All right, everyone. My name is Hallie, and this is Find Your Balance with Mind Movement. So, here at Mind Movement, we are dedicated to really developing a connection between our mind and body through our movement practice. And today's class, entitled Find Your Balance, is dedicated to the exploration of speed and how we can balance out our slow and fast tempos together to really create a dynamic movement experience. And this, is super important because in all aspects of life, there may be times where we have to move quickly through things and other times where we have to slow down and really take time to process and think and just bring more awareness to ourselves and our environment. So we are going to be really focusing on that in class today. There might be times where in class we're moving really, really fast and taking that tempo up, and there will be times where we're going to slow it down. And noticing the drastic difference between those two tempos, or the various tempos that we're using, will just really help you start to develop an awareness of how your body can move through space and how you can process things at a faster rate or develop a more controlled state of mind. So we're going to start with some breath work, and we're going to start off with a slow breath, working through a nice inhale and an even inhale and exhale. And then we're going to be working on some breath of fire, which stems from yoga, and working to develop that faster paced exhale to really fire things up in our diaphragm and our abdominal wall and just energetically speed things up for us here to warm our bodies up. Okay, so you're going to start seated, and if you want, you can sit on a yoga block. I'm going to. So we're going to put the yoga block between the feet just to elevate the hips a little bit, and then find a nice tall posture. And no matter how you sit, take a few moments to ground yourself into the floor. Notice where your body is connected into the ground. And then notice that you can elevate and grow up from those places and elevate up through the spine, all the way up through the crown of the head, finding your tallest posture possible. Good, and then let's close the eyes, relax your hands onto your thighs, and start to notice your breath. Taking your inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And just develop a nice steady rhythm, trying to expand the diaphragm, expand the abdominal wall as much as you can on your inhale. And as you exhale, everything hugs in toward your center as all of the air releases. And we're trying to develop a three-dimensional breath. So expanding into the back of the rib cage and the back body as you inhale as well. And as you exhale, everything hugs in toward your center. And just noticing how, as we're sitting here in relative stillness, not really moving that much, just moving internally through our diaphragm as we breathe. Notice how the mind might be really spinning and going off quickly from thought to thought. And it's often when we start to bring stillness to our physical self that our thoughts begin to race. And just begin to notice that, and how as you bring awareness to your thoughts and your mind racing, they might be able to slow down a little bit, bringing more of your awareness to your breath, to your body, and your present self in this exact moment. Just take a few more slow, intentional breaths. Good. And now we're going to begin our breath of fire. So if you've never done breath of fire before, it is a fast, intentional exhale. We're going to exhale out of the nose, and your inhale will just naturally come. You don't have to worry about breathing in. Every time you exhale, your body will naturally inhale again, and we're going to try to engage our bandha, our lower bandha here, our lower abdominal wall as we breathe out. So if you want to put your hands on your lower abdominals, you can do so and feel your abs contract in and away as you exhale. So I'm just going to do a few repetitions of the breath of fire so that way you can see what it will look like. Here we go. Okay, so that's our breath of fire. That's what we're going to be working with. You don't have to go as fast as I just did, but go at a pace that feels a little bit challenging and feels like it's heating up your temperature in your body, getting the blood and the air flowing. We're going to go for about 30 seconds straight and then slow down our breath again as best we can. So take a nice deep inhale and begin. Seconds. And slow it down. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Take 2 more breaths like that. Nice and slow. Good, and we have 1 more breath, and then we're going to start a second round of our breath of fire. Here we go. Inhale and begin. Seconds. Good. Inhale and exhale. 2 more slow breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 1 more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Go ahead, relax your arms. Take the yoga block out from underneath you. And we're going to go into some segmentation of the spine next. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, curl your toes under. And then we're going to go into some spinal flexion. So you're going to round your back as much as you can. Head drops down, tailbone is tucked under. Good. So now we're going to start off with a pretty slow segmentation of the spine. You're going to start at your tailbone and slowly send your tailbone up toward the ceiling, going up vertebrae by vertebrae. Each vertebrae has its own moment to extend. Pull your chest forward, sternum reaching open as you lift into your T-spine extension. Head comes up last. Good. Take a breath here. And now drop that tailbone down, slowly moving all the way back into your spinal flexion, 1 vertebrae at a time. Head comes down last. Good. And 1 more round slow. Here we go. Tailbone lifts up. Take your time to segment up slowly. Into your fullest extension, really pull your sternum forward, head lifts up last, and tailbone slowly drops down. Keep going up slow, each vertebrae like a slow wave up your spine. Head comes down last. Good, and now we're gonna do 4 repetitions twice as fast. Here we go. So you're gonna speed up, going tailbone, waving up into extension. Head lifts up last. Good. Once your head lifts up, you're going to tuck that tailbone down and wave back into flexion. Good. 3 more like that. Just trying to play with your tempo and still keep it as smooth as possible. Keep breathing. You have 2 more repetitions, feeling the fluidity of your segmentation as best you can. Even though we're going faster, we will still want to articulate as much as possible. Good, 1 more rep. And get all the way back into your flexion. Good, and rest. Come to a nice straight spine. We're gonna curl the toes under, send the hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Good, and just take a few moments here to stretch. Pedal through the feet. You can walk them back a little further if you need to. There we go. Good, and just feel out that stretch in the ankles, calves, the hips. Take a few moments to breathe. Good. From here, you're going to walk your hands all the way back to your feet, coming into a forward fold. Take a moment here. Breathe, relax everything all the way through the neck. And then press down through your feet, slowly rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. All the way up to stand. Good. We're going to go right back down, tucking the chin toward the chest, rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae until we get back to that forward fold. Then we're going to walk our hands all the way out to a plank this time. Good. And we're going to lower all the way to the ground. Release your legs and toes. Press all the way back to a child's pose. Take a breath. And then you're going to curl the toes under back to your downward dog. And walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Good. And we're repeating, rolling up slowly through the spine. Take your time. We're going relatively slow here for this next rep. Chin pulls down again toward the chest. Rolling down with control, vertebrae by vertebrae. Come into your forward fold. Walk your hands out into your plank, bringing your shoulders right above your wrists. Find that nice length in your spine. Control your body as you lower to the floor. Good. Press back to your child's pose. Big exhale. And then shift a little weight forward so you can curl your toes under. Take your downward dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Nice, start to roll up. We're gonna start to speed up our tempo. Only go as fast as feels comfortable for you. You don't have to go very fast. Here we go. Chin tucks down. Roll down into your forward fold. Walk out to your plank. And lower down to the floor. Press back, child's pose. Curl the toes under, downward dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Slowly roll up. Good. And again, maybe a little faster even. Going through each position with integrity still. Keep breathing. Downward dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Roll up. Good, my friends. And now we're going to do 1 more rep. We're going to slow down the descent into the floor from the plank position. We're going to do 5 counts lowering down. Here we go. Roll down quickly. Forward fold. Walk out to your plank. Shoulders right above the wrists. Here we go. Lowering 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your body. Press back to child's pose. then curl your toes under to downward dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Press down through the feet. Slowly roll up. Take an inhale. One more rep exactly like that with that 5 count descent from the plank. Here we go. Roll down. Walk out to your plank. If you need to put your knees down at any point, that's fine. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Child's pose. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Good. Slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Take your time to stack your body. And breathe. Nice. Okay, we are going to move on from here. Just take a little water break. And then we're going to go into our next circuit. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm. And you can see that we're starting to play with tempos of our exercises. So know that that is coming up even more as well in our next circuit. So for the next circuit, we're going to do some split squats. And you're going to need a yoga block or a thick book to put your back foot on top of. And that's all you're going to need for this whole entire workout is a yoga block or a thick book. So if you have one, go grab it. Otherwise, you can just put your foot on the floor. But this just adds a little bit of a challenge to have the back foot elevated, and we get a little better hip extension that way. So back foot is going to be on the yoga block. We're going to set up with that back foot about maybe 2 feet behind you. You want to set up where your knee is slightly behind your hip at the top position. So that way when we come down to the bottom, it basically is underneath our knee in our split squat position. Okay, so now from here, what we're going to do is play with our tempo going down and up. We're going to start with 5 counts to descend, and each rep we're going to take away 1 count. So it's going to get faster as we move on with the reps, and we're going to do 5 reps. So at the 5th rep, you only have 1 count to descend and 1 count to stand. Okay, so you're going to reach your arms straight out in front of you, drop your tailbone down, and we're going to lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push to stand. Good. And now 4, 3, 2, 1, and push. And down 3, 2, 1, and push. Down 2, 1, push, and down 1, push. Good. You're going to go to the other side. Notice how that exercise feels drastically different when you change up your tempo, and it's challenging your different muscle fibers, slow twitch and fast twitch fibers, as we alter the tempos. Here we go. Reach your arms forward and drop your tailbone down. We're going to lower down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, push. And now 4, 3, 2, 1, and push. Down 3, 2, 1, push. Down 2, 1, push. And down 1, push. Nice. Awesome job. Clear the yoga block out of the way. We are going to go into a sit-through pattern next. If you're not familiar with the sit-through pattern, follow along as best you can. If you have issues with your wrists, you're going to do air squats instead, just squatting down and standing up. Okay, so we're going to go for 35 seconds with the sit-through pattern, trying to maintain a fast tempo as we go through this and keep our heart rate elevated, but try to breathe easy. All right, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Hinge your hips back, tuck that same leg under, tap your butt, reverse it, stand. And now alternate sides. Again, if you're not familiar with your sit-through pattern, you're going to just do air squats. And try to keep your heart rate elevated, so go at a pretty quick tempo for your squat and your sit-throughs. Good. Almost there, guys. 15 seconds. Last 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. Okay, we have one more exercise in this circuit, and that is going to be an abdominal exercise laying down on our back. So you're going to come down, and we're going to go into a toe reach with some leg drops. Now we're going to do these leg drops pretty slow, alternating legs. So we're going to maintain tension, keep our legs as straight as we can, reach our arms up, lift our head and shoulders as high as we can. Good. And now we're going to do 12 reps. Slowly lowering one leg down. Exhale, pull it up. Inhale, control the descent of your leg. Exhale, push. Notice how the slower you go, the more abdominal engagement you can achieve. And the more integrity you're bringing to the positions. We're not just letting our leg fall, we're actually lowering it with control. 6 more. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you pull up. Try to keep reaching out through both heels, so that way you keep the leg as straight as you can. We find an active stretch as we go through this exercise. Just 2 more reps. Keep lifting your shoulders away from the floor. Last breath. And rest. Nice. Awesome, guys. So we have those 3 exercises in the circuit. Grab a sip of water. And then we're going to go back into the split squats with the yoga block. All right. So grab your yoga block or your thick book, whatever you have. And remember, we're going slow on our descent, so that way we're playing with loading that back leg's quad and hip flexors actively. It's called an eccentric. And the faster we go on the way down, the less of an eccentric it becomes and the more of a concentric exercise. I won't go into details of those differences because we're not going to have enough time to explain all that, but just know that it's working our muscles in a different way and loading them differently the faster that we descend. Okay, so set up your feet. For your first side, you want to drop that tailbone down toward the floor. So we're thinking posterior pelvic tilt. Reach your arms forward, protract your scaps, rib cage stays pulled in. Now here we go, down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push in 1 count. Good, and 4, 3, 2, 1, push. Now 3, 2, 1, push. Down 2, 1, push. Down 1, push, and rest. Good, okay, we're gonna switch sides. Here we go. Back foot elevated. Find your split squat position. Back knee should just be slightly behind your hip in your standing position. Reach your arms straight out in front of your shoulders and protract your scaps. Drop your tailbone down. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, push. Down 4, 3, 2, 1, push. Down 3, 2, 1, push. Down 2, 1, push. Down 1, push. Nice. Slide that yoga block out of the way. We're going right into the sit-throughs. Get ready. Feet are a little wider than your hips, or you're doing air squats for 35 seconds and going in 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Use your breath and try to maintain integrity as you come down to the floor. You don't just want to sink into the ground. You're controlling yourself to the ground, stabilizing through your shoulder. Let guys keep going. Almost there. 15 seconds. You got it. Keep breathing. If you're squatting, keep going. Last 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice. Okay, we're going to come down to the ground now. And we have those leg drops for 12 reps. So just find your bottom position, lay down on your back. You're going to reach your legs straight up toward the ceiling. Try to lengthen the back of the legs as much as you can. Reach your arms up, shoulders lift, and now lower your leg with control. Exhale, pull it up quick. Good, 11 more. Try to maintain the height of your chest and your shoulders as best you can. We're working our abs here, so if you're feeling almost all hip flexors, try to lift your chest up higher and also lift your tailbone a little away from the ground so you can find a posterior pelvic tilt and use those lower abs to help lift the leg so it's not just your hip flexors. 5 more. Keep reaching, you got it. I know it's slow and tedious, but we're keeping time under tension, which is super important. Last 2. Last rep. And rest. Good. All right. Grab a sip of water. We'll take a quick little breather. Awesome. And then we're doing one more set of this circuit, my friends. Hope everyone's doing good. Hopefully you're getting a little heated. Okay. Here we go. We have the split squats again. So grab your yoga block. Set it up so that way you have enough space for your hips, for your width of your position, and for your length. Here we go. Bring the back foot on top of the block. Make sure when you start, your knee is just slightly behind your hip in your standing position, and drop that tailbone down toward the floor. Okay, reach your arms forward, protracting your scaps. First rep, we descend for 5 counts. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push. Now down 4, 3, 2, 1, push. Good. Down 3, 2, 1, push. Down 2, 1, push. Down 1, push. Good. Okay. We're going to turn around for the other side. Take your time to set up your position. Here we go. Opposite leg forward. Find a slight hip extension for the back leg. Drop your tailbone down. Brace your abs. Reach your arms forward, protracting your scaps. And begin. Down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push. Down 4, 3, 2, 1, push. Down 3, 2, 1, push. Down 2, 1, push. And down 1, push. Good, guys. Awesome. Move the yoga block over to the side. We have the sit-throughs again. So spread your feet a little wider than your hips, or you're going into your air squats. And try to speed up your tempo if you can for this last round. Let's really get our heart rate up, but still move mindfully. Going in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Keep moving with your breath. Try to keep the shapes nice and clean. and strong. 20 seconds left. You got it, keep breathing. 10 seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo! Okay, cool. We're gonna go back into the leg drops. So lay down on your back. We have one more set of these. Get your legs as straight as you can above your hips. Flex your toes down toward you. And now lift your head and your shoulders. Keep trying to lift up as you lower one leg down. Doesn't have to go all the way to the floor. Exhale, pull it up. Switch your legs. Good. Try to keep a relatively slow tempo. So we're maintaining a lot of time under tension as we do these 12 reps. You have 8 more reps. Try to breathe as mindfully as you can. Keep lifting the backs of your shoulders away from the floor. 6 more. Keep reaching. Can you imagine like you're reaching your fingers past your toes? I know it's probably physically impossible unless you have crazy long arms compared to your legs, but see if that can inspire you to reach higher. 4 more reps, guys. Keep lifting. Maintain your steady tempo. Just 2 more. You got it. Last rep. And rest. Woo! All right. Okay, get some water. You guys are doing awesome. We have another circuit next, and we're gonna work on some martial arts style movement mixed in with some strength. So it's gonna get a little fun. We're gonna do some kicking. So just make sure you have enough space around you to kick your leg. We're gonna do some back kicks. Okay, so I'm just gonna demonstrate real quick the kick pattern that we're gonna do. We're gonna go for 1 slow kick and 2 lower, faster kicks before we bring our leg back down to the floor. So I'm gonna turn sideways so you guys can see me. I'm gonna shift my weight into one leg, getting into a little hip hinge. I'm gonna back kick, nice and slow and controlled, pull it back in, and then kick a little lower for 2 reps, bring it down. And then we'll reset and do it again. So it's all about trying to engage the hamstring and get those fast kicks to really extend sharply, moving mindfully, reaching out for that first kick nice and slow as high as we can. And then rather than going for height for the fast ones, we're going for that sharp kick as if you're aiming for someone's shin or knee, okay? So we're gonna do 5 reps of that on the same side, and then I'll turn around for the other side. Okay, so here we go. Shift your weight into one leg, start to lift one leg up, slowly kicking back, extending out as far as you can. Pull the knee in, try not to set the leg down, and now 2 fast kicks to the shin. Good, you can stand for a second, reset, and again, we're gonna lift, slowly kick back. Pull the knee in, 2 sharp kicks, and stand. Good. You can make those fast ones as sharp and fast as you want. Here we go, slow. Find that integrity, pulling in. Now 2 fast, and stand. Good, just 2 more times. Slowly kicking out. Use that hamstring to lift. Pull it back in. Fast kicks. Good, bring it up. And 1 more, here we go. Kicking out slowly. And 2 quick. Stand, rest, turn around for the other side. Here we go. Shift your weight into your opposite leg. And now slowly kick out. pull it in. 2 fast kicks. Good. And stand to reset. Here we go. Again, slowly kick out. Pull it in. 2 quick kicks. And stand. Nice. 3 more times like that. Extend slow, controlled. Pull it in. 2 quick. And stand. 1 more. Slow and kick out. Pull it in. Good. And rest. Nice. Okay, guys. Now we're going to go into some upper body work. We're going to be crawling in the beast position. It's really about whole body, really moving with integrity through this beast position. But I want you to really think about the stability in your shoulders as you crawl. If crawling isn't for you, you can just hold in the beast position with your knees up off the floor as we crawl forward and back. We're going to do 6 steps forward, 6 steps in reverse, trying to maintain a nice position and maintain our breath. So the first round, we're going to crawl really slow. It's going to be painfully slow, just FYI. So if you're holding in the beast position, just know that you're probably going to be holding for about 30 to 45 seconds, depending on how quickly we can crawl forward and back, but we're going to keep it pretty slow, okay? So you're going to bring your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. I'm going to angle a little bit so everyone can see me. I'm going to curl my toes under toward my shins, and now lift my knees just a little bit off the ground. Now my opposite hand and foot are going to move forward together. Good. And then opposite side. Good. And now we're going to do 4 more steps. Trying to take it slow. Feeling how you can shift your weight into the hand and foot. That's your grounded position to make sure you're pushing away the floor. Now we're going backwards. Opposite foot and hand moving together. Moving really slowly. They can be small steps. Try to keep your spine nice and long. 2 more steps. 1 more. And rest. Woo! Okay. Now we're going to do that again, just a little faster. 6 steps forward, 6 steps back. I'm not going to talk as much. And we're going to try to just get a little bit more speed. Not crazy fast. Keep the integrity of the position. But see how it feels different when you add some speed into this dynamic crawling pattern. Here we go. Set up hands underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees a tiny bit off the floor. And begin. 6 steps forward. That's 6, and now reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest. Good. So definitely, in one aspect, feels a lot more challenging to go slowly because it takes a lot more muscular control. But it also feels challenging coordination-wise to go faster because we're trying to move our hand and our opposite foot together, and it can get a little confusing. But good job with that, guys. Take a moment to breathe. Awesome. So we're going to go back into the kicking pattern next, and we're going to work on that smooth and slow kick with those 2 fast kicks, trying to really get the fast kicks as fast as we can. Okay. Here we go. So you're going to stand up and now shift your weight onto one leg. And just make sure that you're kicking at a height that you can control and maintain stability in your trunk, your abdominal wall. We don't want to end up kicking really high and having our head go too close to the ground or rounding our spine or extending our spine a lot to get the leg up higher, okay? So here we go. Shift your weight into your standing leg. Brace your abs. You're going to slowly kick your leg back, fully extend it, pull the knee in, and now 2 fast kicks. Good. Reset your position. We have that 4 more times on this side. Get into your hip hinge. Good. Slowly kick back. Pull it in. 2 fast kicks. And stand. Nice. Just keep moving with your breath, guys. Exhale as you find your fullest kick position, kicking out through the heel. I find that the little short breaths help find that sharp quality with your lower kicks. Good. Exhale. Nice. And one more. A nice slow controlled kick, fully extend, kick out through the heel. And now pull in 2 fast kicks. Good. And rest. Turn around for the other side. Here we go. Shift your weight into your opposite leg. And begin. Slow kick. Reaching and extending back. Pull it in. 2 fast kicks. Good. Reset your position. Stand tall. And hinge again right away. Kick back. Pull in. 2 fast kicks. Good. And stand. We got 3 more reps. Kick out. Good. 2 little kicks. Nice. 2 more times. Here we go. Slow and control. Now speed it up. Good. 1 more. Slow and control. And 2 fast. Good. Rest. Awesome job. Cool. Now we have the beast crawl again. So get down onto your hands and knees. And we're gonna crawl really slow for the first 6 steps. And then for the first 6 forward and back. And then faster for the second round. Okay, so bring your hands underneath your shoulders. You got this, guys. Just keep actively pushing out of the floor, protracting your scaps. Curl your toes under, lift your knees, and begin nice and slow. Taking time to stabilize as we crawl forward. You want to keep that spine nice and straight. 1 more step. Good. And now 6 backwards, going really slow. They can be small steps. You don't have to move your hand far back. 3 more. Actively push the floor forward as you crawl backwards. Last step. Good. And rest. Nice. Take a few breaths. And now you're going to do 6 more forward and back. We're just going to go a little faster. Try to still keep the integrity of the position, all of that control, but move a little more fluidly. Here we go. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees under the hips, curl the toes under, lift the knees, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now reverse it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. Good, guys. We're only doing 2 sets of that circuit today. So grab a sip of water, and then we're going to move on from here. Woo! Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to get into some really playful things, and we're going to go into some skaters next. And this is where I really want you to try to speed up your tempo and get your heart rate elevated. And then we're going to slow it down with some sumo squats, going at a really slow tempo, which will be super fun after the skaters. Okay, so you're going to stand up. Shift to one side first, so you have space. You're going to try to quickly jump laterally to the side, crossing your opposite foot behind you, and then we'll just propel ourselves back and forth the opposite way. We're going to go for only 30 seconds because I want you to try to go for speed with this. Let's go in 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin jumping side to side. You don't have to reach for the floor for these today. You're just going laterally, trying to go across as much space as you can, keeping your body at the same level. Feel free to do whatever feels natural for your arms. You have 15 seconds left. Feel out those inner thighs. Push away the floor to go right to the other side. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Go right into a sumo squat position. So widen your legs, turn your toes out, heels in. And we're going to go slowly down in 5 counts and slowly up in 5 counts. Here we go. Hands can just come to your chest. Brace your abs and begin. Down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We have 4 more reps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last rep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Good. We're only going to take about 15 seconds to breathe and rest. We have 1 more set of that going into the skaters and those sumo squats, and then we're going to cool down and stretch. Okay, here we go in 10 seconds. So start to one side. We have the skaters first, and going in 3, 2, 1, begin. Reaching across as far as you can, and go at a speed that feels challenging. We want to get the heart rate up, but still keep the integrity of our movement. Nice and clean arms. Find the position of the sides and then push off right away. Good, guys. Almost there. 10 seconds left. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Right into the sumo squats. Widen your feet. Turn your toes out. And begin. Down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, lower with control. 3, 2, 1. Try to make this feel like an active stretch at the bottom and actively pulling up with your inner thighs to get up to the top. 3 more reps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last rep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and rest. Shake it out. Get some water, you guys. Awesome. Yeah. Really nice job. Cool, guys. We are going to cool down from here. And I want to just go into some shin box rotations first. So you're going to bring one shin forward, one shin behind you. Your feet are relatively close to your body for these. We're going to start with your hands behind your hips. From here, you're just going to rotate one hip open, switching to the other side. Good. And you're going to use your hands for assistance so you can keep your spine nice and long and supported. Nice. Let's just do one more side to side like that. Just trying to feel out that hip rotation. Trying to maintain a nice steady breath. Good. Now you can keep your hands like that on the floor, or you're going to bring your hands up in front of your chest And we're going to do it again this time without the hands on the ground if you can. Here we go. Going side to side. Trying to keep that nice tall posture as you move through center. Feeling out the hip transitions from that internal and external rotation and vice versa. Good. Get back to the other side. Nice. Good. And now we're going to go into a slower variation of this exercise, which is the 90-90 position. So I'm just going to scoot back so you guys can see me better. You're going to get your legs into 90-degree angles, and you're going to flex your toes to your shins, bring both hands back behind you. And now we're going to, from here, start with this back leg. Your back leg's foot, you're going to lift that heel and get onto your big toe. Then you're going to externally rotate through your back hip, opening the knee up. Now I'm going to try to keep this leg down as long as I can as I drive this knee open, trying to abduct my hip as much as possible. And then once I can't get it any further, I'm going to lower the heel. And I'm going to start to shift my weight onto both sit bones, widening my knees as much as I can here in my bear sit position. I'm going to breathe here for a moment, try to stretch them further open. Good. And now I'm going to slowly start to shift my weight toward my new front leg, trying to bring that knee down as soon as possible. And now once I get that knee down, I'm going to lift up on my new back foot, lift the heel, internally rotate through my new back hip, slowly bringing my knee all the way to the floor. Good. We're going to do it one more time back the other way. So this is your new back leg, right? Because if I'm in the 90-90 position, technically my forward facing is toward this leg in front. But I'm reaching my chest open so I can look at my legs. Okay. And now this new back leg, we're going to lift the heel up again. I'm going to externally rotate through that hip, try to swivel my heel under as best I can, and I'm going to try to keep this leg from lifting at all. Then once I get that leg externally rotated, I'm going to slowly shift my weight onto both sit bones. And I'm going to lift my chest open as much as I can, widen my knees as much as possible in my bear sit position here. Good. Take a breath. And now slowly shift back to our original front hip, bringing that knee down to the floor, trying to keep this new back leg up as long as I can. Then I lift that heel up and I internally rotate through my hip, bringing the knee all the way back down to the ground. Good. And that's that 90-90 transition. Nice job. We're going to just lay down on our backs next. So go ahead, come down onto your spine. And we're going to go through a segmented glute bridge, a nice slow segmentation of our spine, getting our hips into full extension, and then slowly segmenting back down to the floor from the top arc of our spine all the way down to our tailbone. So it's a really slow transition, and we're going to try to control each vertebrae at a time. We're only going to do one rep, so try to get it as smooth as you can. Start to press your feet down into the floor. And then on your next exhale, you're going to start to posteriorly pelvic tilt, tilting your tailbone up away from the ground. Push down through your feet and start to slowly peel each vertebrae up off of the floor. One vertebrae at a time. We'll come up. Imagine you have little suction cups on each vertebrae and they're pulling slowly off the ground underneath you. And you'll get your hips up into your fullest hip extension eventually and onto the tops of your shoulders, the very top of your T-spine. Hold here for a breath. Really squeeze your glutes and feel the extension of your hips. Feel the length here on the front of your hips. Hold for one more inhale, one more exhale. Good. And now from here, coming down slowly, each vertebrae at a time. Try to go piece by piece again, keeping your glutes engaged as long as possible. So that will help keep my pelvis in that posterior pelvic tilt. So I can really go vertebrae by vertebrae and not just let my low back fall to the floor. Good. Keep going vertebrae by vertebrae until your sacrum comes down. And then your tailbone releases last. Bend and rest. Nice, guys. From here, you're just going to bring your hands to the sides of your rib cage, and we're going to end with some nice restorative breath work. So as we talked about in the beginning of class, we are focusing on changes of tempo throughout this class, seeing how speed can affect the control of our body. So now we're going to really slow down the breath, especially our exhale, so we can tap into our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest mode. So go ahead to begin. You're going to exhale all of the air out of your lungs. And now we're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and then just come back to a nice natural rhythm of your breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Take 2 more breaths like that. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more nice breath in. Long breath out. Good, and then just bring your knees into your chest, and you can rock a little side to side. And then when you're ready, you're just going to rock forward and back along your spine. Come all the way up to a tall seat. And we are all set, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed class. Again, this class is called Find Your Balance, and we are focusing this month on the balance of fast and slow tempos and how that balance between the two can create a really dynamic movement experience. I hope you liked the class, and I'll see you next week. Have a great night. Bye.